And we're live.
We're
There we go.
live.
Trying to make it to where. Also, we're at an RV park with a lot of kids.
Yeah.
So, there we go. Maybe we'll do it like that so the sun clear. All right. My biggest fear is that you all cannot hear us. So,
Give us a thumbs up or something.
yes, let us know if you can hear me. If not, we will figure something else out. Loud and clear.
Loud and clear. Okay.
Sweet. Thank you. I'm always like so fearful of that. Well, welcome to our. Sorry, I'm laughing because I hear the kids outside playing. So I also lost my train of thought. Welcome. This is our third live. So if you are new, I'm Bryce. This is Chase. We've been full-timers for 5 years as of yesterday and married 9 years as of yesterday as well. So I was smart and did it on the same day. So yay me. But yeah, so this is a live. This is not one of our typical videos because we had someone, I think after our first live, they rewatched it and they were a bit confused. So this is a live. This is not like our typical videos. So you can ask us anything about RV life, truck camper life, Chase's work. Chase is a welder. He welds on power plants and refineries across the country. We do these lives once a month. So that way y'all can ask us questions. We can give you all updates on work, which we'll talk about that, and everything in between. So if you have any questions, leave them below. We'll do our best to get them all. I feel like we do pretty good the past few times of making sure. So if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. Thank you all for the warm welcomes and happy anniversary. And I wanted to go back up. Okay, loud and clear, sweet. Nice. I know a lot of people are in here, so this is sweet. I do have, let me pull my notes out because there were a few things I wanted to make sure we covered in this live for sure. Okay, so currently, if this is your first video, also we may be sneezing.
My allergies.
Yeah. Sorry. Not sorry, that's just kind of how it is right now. So if you're watching this for the first time, I know our thumbnail shows our fifth wheel. We still have the fifth wheel. We are not getting rid of it. It is currently in storage. Chase yesterday, which we'll probably talk about that here.
We can.
If you want to.
Of course.
Okay. Chase, you can tell them what you did yesterday.
So yesterday I installed a B&W turnover ball hitch, the under portion of the truck. And yeah, so because last fall I had to cut the pin so that B&W could send me a brand new one because I guess the spring mechanism got lodged and stuck, and so I could not retract it. So they said, hey, it happens. So I just cut the pin with a Sawzall, took a picture, sent her an email of it, and then they sent us a new one through FedEx a few days later. So I just installed it, and so we were ready to go for the spring season.
Yep. So whenever
or summer, when we go pick it up.
Whenever we get the fifth wheel, we'll be ready to go, which we're hoping it will for sure be this summer.
Yep.
We will for sure grab the fifth wheel this summer. This week has been a lot with Chase's work and figuring out logistics, I guess you could say, because a lot has changed. If you watched last week's video, so we filmed that on a Thursday. The following day, if you received our newsletter, which is for free, you should sign up because we send a lot of behind the scene things of what happens and kind of current updates and stuff. So sparksandrecrv.com, and then go down to any one of our pages and you'll see the little link to sign up. Make sure, because this has happened to a few people, when you sign up, make sure you click the opt-in button and then press sign up, and then you will get an email from the program company I use, and then make sure you confirm that you want to get newsletters from us, and then you will get a welcome newsletter. So make sure you do those things, because what happens is people will sign up and then they won't confirm in the email, if that makes sense. So make sure that's kind of how it works. So all that stuff. But so for, like I said, Thursday when we filmed that, the following day, we were supposed to, the original plan was to be in Oklahoma this week.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's changed. So we are going to be going to a job next week in Texas. So yeah, we pray that it goes well and that we will head there and be there for a few weeks, I guess, and then maybe another job in Texas after that.
Yeah. So when the following day, when Chase's boss said, "Hey, you're not going to Oklahoma, you're actually going to be scheduled to go to a different job starting the, I think 16th is,
Something
or
like that,
traveling,
yeah.
something like that." We're like, okay, so like, what do we do? So we are currently visiting some friends in East Texas right now. Sorry if we look a little sunburned and tired. We were helping them out on their property today.
Yeah.
So that is kind of what happened, because we're like, well, what do we do? There's no point of going far one direction or the other, because if we get called, then, you know, we don't want to be having to travel too terribly far type thing. So it's kind of like, we don't know what to do. So that afternoon, when we got that news, we booked this RV park, and then we came over here the following day. So tomorrow, if you sign up for our newsletter, you'll know where we're going tomorrow, because we don't know yet.
That's right.
We will know tomorrow. So anyway, do you regret going with this one company and getting away from getting your own jobs, Chase?
Yes, I do. Kenai's barking at somebody. Kenai, come here.
Kenai. Oh, you need it. Kenai, come here.
Yeah. He got a haircut.
Oh, I just, everything's shaking. Sorry. We're definitely going to discuss
and then we'll go
that
back
in a
to
second.
answer that
Yes.
question. Say hello.
Look who got a haircut. He looks like a completely different dog when he gets his haircut.
He needed a full shave because he was quite matted.
Yeah, so he did that yesterday.
So, yeah.
He looks so handsome.
Anyway, back to do what you do, barking at things. So, yes, to answer your question, I do regret, but you know, it's the season of life that we're in. Well, not season of life, just I have a job, and so I'm going to continue on with it for the time being, and then we will see what doors open from there, or what I choose. That's the best way to put it. Yeah,
that's a good way to put it. But I am glad that we at least tried.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, even though I know we do share a lot, but we don't share a lot about work. One, because it would confuse a lot of people, and it changes a lot, and it would even confuse us and stress us out and stuff. So it's been a lot of just trying to figure out what we're going to be doing, and what sorry, Kenai, and what
Nobody
makes
wants to be held.
I guess so. It's this dog. He's a handful. Well, y'all know that, but anyway. So that was a lot of this week, is figuring out what our options are and all that fun stuff. So that's kind of what we're kind of being processed and going with, and all that stuff.
Yes.
No way. Well, you want to hang out afterwards? That's so cool. You're in the same RV park as we are. I guess we do stick out as a sore thumb with the truck camper. That is so cool. Oh, okay. I know where y'all are at. Oh, that sounded really creepy, but
that's awesome.
That is so cool.
Cool.
Okay. Someone said, okay, yeah, we did that. It's a good way of putting it. You never know what may fall in your lap.
Yes.
That is very true.
There's no need to, I guess, think irrationally or just kind of jump the gun. We just got to just slow down and just take these, weeks and day by day and kind of go from there.
Yep.
So
we've definitely been going through, I guess you could say like our exit strategy is kind of the best way to put it. So we've been going through a lot of logistics on our end of what that looks like. So, but I am glad we did it, because now we know, and we at least tried, because y'all know us, we are always game for trying new things. even if at the end we're like, we will never do that again. So I'm glad we did it, even though
Yes. Even though it stinks.
even though it stinks. So yes, I'm watching this from the same position of the camera, basically seeing the same view. Oh, and thank you all for saying that Kenai looks very sharp.
Yes.
Yeah. He is.
He's been shivering a little bit because
I feel
all of
really
his
bad.
warmth has gone away from his body.
Yep. If you don't try, you don't know. That is so true. Did you get your grill/fire pit? Okay.
I'm glad someone brought that up.
So this is what happened. I will not, because it's just not who I am. I will not say who we were going to use, but I have tried their products before and they make a great product. But when it came to shipping, it was a pain,
Yes.
to say the least. And I had to contact them because y'all know we travel full time. We're not at a long job to where I can just wait for a package to come kind of whenever type thing. So I knew that at a certain time I was going to be at some family's house to where, I can get some packages in. And so I had plenty of time for them to send it to us. Well, a week and a half goes by. I didn't get any confirmation or anything like that. So I emailed them saying, hey, have y'all sent it out yet? Kind of what's going on. They said, oh, we'll send it out today. So when they sent it out, USPS somehow said they had the package but never scanned it or something another. So I emailed, hey, Kenai.
Kenai, we're live right now. Come here.
He don't care. So
sorry, y'all.
This is what happens when we're at I would say a sort of busy-ish RV park. I say that in the sense of kids playing around outside. So they said that they would just send us a new one. Well, that one got delivered way after we had left and all that stuff. And then they said they were going to send us, it was a very big hot mess and leaving a lot of stuff out.
Yeah.
So I just said this wasn't going to work out. But we do have one in mind.
We do have one in mind. But to answer his question, yes, we did get it, but then we didn't even open the box up. We just returned the sender.
Yeah, well, it got sent to a family's house. Yeah. And so thankfully they sent it back for us.
Shipped it right back.
Yeah. But we do have one in mind that I think is going to suit us better.
Yes.
So I'm really excited about that one.
Yeah.
I guess it's the what was it? The Trail Fire.
Trail and Fire.
Trail Fire.
Trail and Fire, I think.
Something like that.
Trail and Fire, something like that.
But it's a propane fire pit. It looks like one of those circle ones, but you can grill on top, and it comes with a pizza stone, and then their pan wok type thing that it turns into a pizza oven. So
yeah,
which I'm kind of excited about. So we'll see. We have not bought it yet just because of everything that's been going on. Yeah. So that's kind of going to be later down the road. But I like that it has a pretty good cooking surface to where we could grill quite a bit of stuff on. So, yep. What is the latest Ninja Creami creation? So I haven't done much this week with the Ninja Creami, but if you follow us on Instagram or Facebook, I think I posted both of them. If I did just a can of peaches, just literally a can of peaches, dumped it in, didn't drain or anything like that, and then did the sorbet setting.
It's delicious.
That turned out really good. And then I did, Chase hasn't tried this one yet, but I did smashed bananas and then froze it, and then did I don't remember which setting I did. And then I just did the frozen bananas. And I think I added some peanut butter to mine. That turned out really good as well. And then
I'd love to have tried that. But
yours is in the freezer, freezing. You can do that tonight, maybe. Good. Anyway, but my next creation that I have not tried yet that is in the freezer is I did a can of pineapple and I drained it. And then I added some coconut milk to make a pina colada-esque type one. And then I'll do it on the sorbet setting. So I will report back on how that one goes. But we like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. Can't complain about it. It's definitely trying to, I think for right now, I may stick to just like the fruits and the sorbets, because as much as I've like tinkered around trying to make my own healthier type ice cream, I didn't like the texture and adding the protein powder with like the chalky type. That's not how I want my ice cream to be. So I think for right now, I might just stick with fruits and do like sorbet type thing, if that makes sense. Yeah, ready for summer. So, yeah. A true dog lover always talks to their dog like they are human.
Yes.
He is very much human.
Mm-hmm. It's so funny looking at him over there. Looking out that
He
window.
and I likes his little perches, and he just like turned like this and like side-eyed me. He likes to be able, he has to see everything.
Yep.
So if you, oh my gosh. So
There's a lot of kids and,
mhm.
and dogs at this RV park, which is great. We hear you.
They hear you, buddy. But anyway, so that's what I wanted to talk about too.
Oh
was
yeah,
the
let's
truck
do that
camper.
one.
Yeah,
let's do that one.
making sure I can grab all my notes.
Yes. Truck camper setup versus travel trailer
Or fifth wheel.
or fifth wheel. I thought that the truck camper was going to be kind of the end all be all in terms of for work and pleasure, but I'm finding that it's not. I'm finding that for trips that we want to, like for instance, going to Alaska or going somewhere like maybe east, I think the truck camper would be fantastic because you're going to leave it on the whole time and you're going to do your thing. Now, for work, being in this while I'm working this spring, it has been quite challenging just because I don't mind taking it on and off. It's just the legs and the itty bitty legs. It just kind of scares me a little bit.
Little chicken legs.
Yes. And so that's the only thing I don't like, but making sure you're aligned and everything backing up, it's fantastic. But with that being said, I think a small, like a casita maybe, or something like a small single axle, travel trailer, something small for work, for maybe the quick jobs would be great. But I'm still favoring the fifth wheel or a travel trailer or a bigger travel trailer for full-time living, for sure.
Yeah, I think because like for Mississippi, for instance, the truck camper was on the truck for that 2.5 weeks or so. And granted, my allergies kicked in, so I was pretty much like not having it for majority of that time. So it didn't really matter-ish in a way. But like this week, the truck camper is off the truck, and it has been very nice to...
Yes, because we had to do a few things.
Yeah.
Keena got a haircut. I did the hitch.
Yeah. We went and saw a movie for an anniversary yesterday, which if you have not seen Hoppers, that is a really good movie. It was either going to be Hoppers, Scream 7, or some other animated movie.
Yeah, I can't recall. I can't remember.
But Hoppers is really good if you haven't watched that one.
But yeah, so like a bigger travel trailer or fifth wheel is perfect for full-time living and all that stuff. But I think we would have enjoyed this spring as much as we're moving around, and to be able to have a vehicle available when we go to get to an RV park, we can unhook from the travel trailer real quick and then do our thing.
Yeah.
Where this kind of presents a little bit more of a challenge to get it on and off.
Yeah, because it is pretty slow-ish, I guess you could say, for the legs to go up and down. So it does take a little bit to raise it and lower it. And because we don't have automatic leveling, because this is 26 years old, you have to do everything by manual. So it might be to where one side has to go down more, then you have to do the other side, or maybe you have to do the front side, then you have to do the rear side. So it does take a little bit. Granted, I know if we do this more, we'll get quicker at it, just like with anything. But I think of ease of, I'm not saying one person couldn't hook up the truck camper by themselves. I'm not saying that at all. But I think it is so tight when you hook this thing up. It helps having two people. Yeah.
And you could do it. We could do it. One of us could do it by ourselves, but it's very nice having two people.
Yeah, because the truck camper too, there's not a lot of straight lines, if that makes sense. So there's a lot of things you have to consider when you're putting this thing in the truck, of like the fender wells. Then you have like just a whole bunch of different things to think about.
And we don't regret the purchase. We're going to keep this thing for years. But yeah.
So I think for if you travel in the sense of like a lot of like you're moving every few days or something like that, then the truck camper would be fine leaving it on.
Yes.
But since we don't do that and we're having to take it on and off a lot, I feel like a travel trailer would be much easier, especially with the backup camera and the tailgate. You could just like hook that thing right up.
Oh yes.
So yeah, I'm so risk averse. I'd be worried about having issues with one leg. If I'm not going to lie, we have that. We think about that too.
Yeah.
So
it still has the, I don't know what you call it, the little input so you can manually do the jacks. But if one of them wants to kind of go out, it's kind of, that would be kind of, I don't even want to go there mentally.
Yeah.
That's where I think we're learning that these things are designed to, I believe you could still full-time in it, but you have to be willing and understanding to, you may have to put some stuff up just to go to the grocery store, or go get a cup of coffee, or go into town, or go sightsee. It's just the way it is. Where I feel like for us moving forward, we won't use this for work. I don't want to say ever, but I probably won't use this for work again, where when we go on a long trip for several months, then it'll just stay on the truck for several months.
Yeah, because we would like to do Alaska.
Yes,
this would be perfect for Alaska. Time. Yeah, we would like to do Canada, Nova Scotia, some of the New England states and stuff. This would be perfect for that, because we would just keep it on. It'd be a summer thing when Chase isn't working, and that's what we'd be doing. So there's kind of, it just really depends on how you travel, because that's going to kind of dictate what you want.
Yes.
But it is nice not having a slide in the truck camper.
Yeah, it's very. So I feel like it definitely, and it could be credit to the brand and the style of the truck camper, but I feel not having any slides, extra air gaps, or whatever you want to call it, this thing is really warm during the colder times, and stays cool with the AC on when it's warmer outside. Yeah,
we have not replaced the AC, for those who are wondering.
Yeah, it's been working fine. Yeah, and we haven't. If we have to run the heater, we'll obviously run the furnace, and heats it up really quick. So
yes. But do you feel like this is stable enough to live in while not on the truck?
There is a manufacturer on the Pacific Northwest that, I think they're in Oregon or Washington, I can't remember what state, but it's called Stable Camper. We have not purchased their product yet, but I would like to. But I may not, if I'm going to not leave it off the truck for extended period of time. But it is very unstable. When we were on rock for a while, or just for 1 week, it was very unstable. You could feel it kind of moving around a lot. Now we're on concrete right now, and it is a lot better. Better, so much better. But that Stable Camper, basically it attaches to your tie down points, and it's supposed to keep it from going, forward and back and side to side. So I think you could do it. I think you could do it. But really, if I had the option of a travel trailer or fifth wheel, I would choose that over than the full time and
Yeah,
something
especially if
of this
yeah,
size. Now they
especially
make some truck
if you're
campers
gonna
that are
stay in
3
one
slides.
spot for like if you're just gonna be stationary, I would do a travel trailer or a fifth wheel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
just because of like not last night, but the night before, we had a really bad storm come through.
Mhm.
Definitely
We
kept
took
us up.
flight. No, I'm just kidding. We didn't.
Well, but the wind definitely, I'm not saying like we could feel the legs like come out
No.
or anything like that, but we did feel the sway.
Mhm.
And I mean, Chase did a really good job resealing the camper because
Yeah,
no
I
leaks
woke
and it
up
was
yeah.
heavy rain. I mean,
That was really the first true rain storm that we've been in after I resealed everything, and it worked fantastic.
yeah, Chase did a great job. But man, that was definitely kept us up for a while. But I think that was all the questions so far. I wanted to get to one more thing. I feel like you're all about traveling in my little Class C. Much prefer being able to drop a trailer off for a while. Yeah. Yeah, there is something. I feel like, I mean, granted, this is the second time we've taken the truck camper off. I feel like it's much quicker to drop the fifth wheel
Yeah.
than the truck camper.
Yeah. And I think too, I had it in my, I had it perceived in my mind that, oh, you have to have a truck camper or something like this or so nimble and small to be able to boondock or go off where there's no hookups. And that is not the case. Spending just the month we were with some new people in Arizona. I mean, they had fifth wheels, travel trailers. I mean, there were some motorhomes, the Class A motorhomes that we were with, and I mean, I think it's doable. I mean,
For sure.
I think, now I'm like, I mean, you're still limited with anything, but I mean, because we have a 1-ton dually, doesn't have a lift, and so it's not, you can't really go up in the mountains with it. But it really shocked me seeing how other people have done it with other rigs, and it definitely changed my thought process.
Yeah, for sure. But like we always say, you do you. Gotta do what's best for how you travel and all that stuff. But anyway, some of the biggest lessons we've learned in 5 years of doing this. You may go first. Or
go ahead, you go first, because I'm trying to think of something.
I told Chase earlier, because I'm trying to get better at making notes for these things so I don't forget stuff. And so I told him like maybe 15 minutes before we started, I said, oh yeah, we should discuss like some of the biggest things that we've learned in the past 5 years. Never had a fifth wheel, only a bumper pull, but fifth wheel seems really easy to connect to. My main preference as a bumper pull is just keeping it a little lower and risky bed rub. Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't owned a
travel trailer.
Bumper pull travel trailer yet, but I'm sure we probably will.
We're just going to collect campers. Yes. Old, cool campers. They have to be old because you know how we are. But anyway, I guess one of the biggest things I've learned is I really like owning less things, like materialistic things.
Yeah.
I feel like it is very freeing when there's not a lot to take care of, which is so nice. And then I wouldn't say it forces you, but a good, like, I guess, byproduct of it or whatever is that you live more below your means, to where it allows us to take more time off in the summer if we want to. So it has been very nice to kind of, whenever we do bring things in, to be, I guess, a little bit more methodical of what we're bringing in to the truck camper or fifth wheel, really. And is it really serving a purpose and all that stuff? Because when we first moved into the fifth wheel, I wouldn't say I had that thing packed, but it definitely had a lot more things than it did now in it. And it was stressing me out because I feel like I could just never keep the camper clean. And I'm the type of person that my area needs to be clean before I work and do stuff. So it just felt like I was constantly playing Tetris and I was just getting very, very overwhelmed a lot. And one great resource, if you're wanting to do this or anything like that, is a lady called Dana Kate White. She's on YouTube. She has books. She has a podcast and stuff. She's really great. She's not a minimalist, but she is a decluttering expert. And I wish I had found her when I first moved into the fifth wheel, because she talks about how you view your space and the space is what you have. And I thought I just needed to be better at organizing my space. But what I really needed to do was get rid of a lot of stuff in my space. And so once I did that, that really changed how I viewed traveling in the fifth wheel, even moving into the truck camper. It was like, all right, like I still have tons of space above the kitchen sink and that cabinet, and I don't plan on buying anything else. There's still some dead space in the front closet that I don't plan on doing with really anything else. So, and I like it that way. So that's kind of the biggest thing I've learned.
I don't know if I would say mine would be listen and learn. I think for me, I would say that I've always been a hands-on or handy person in fixing my own things, but I definitely think, being in the RV for the last 5 years, I think it's definitely pushed me to be even more hands-on, just because when these things do mess up, it may not be like catastrophic or really, like a big deal, but these things can add up very quickly, costly in costs whenever you have to have an RV tech come out. And so I think for me, it's pushed me to be able to work on my own camper even more than I feel like I would have maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. I think it really helps if you're good at problem solving or learning how to problem solve within an RV, because like you said, things are going to happen whether you like it or not. And it's one of those things of either you pay someone or you do it yourself. And y'all know our stories with RV techs. We do it ourselves now. And even for myself, I even shocked myself. I'm like, wow, like I can't even, like, I'm kind of surprised that we figured that out, or we YouTubed, or we kind of figured out this works, this doesn't work, and all that stuff.
Yep, exactly.
So like doing water for the water heaters that we've done, doing electrical stuff.
Yep.
Doing landing legs, gray tank. That was fun.
Repacking bearings, leaf spring hanger, welding on any one of those. Yeah.
I think that's kind of all the main projects we've done. But someone said, collect them and make your own bed and breakfast park.
That would be awesome.
That'd be cool. A lot of y'all are in favor of that. Cover all the RV tech bases. They should have one of everything to experiment on. That would be cool. We've always kind of discussed like what would our next camper be. Casitas are kind of cool.
They are.
Or something like a casita.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
I don't know.
I would think it would be cool, because I would never own one, so I'd rent one. A earth roamer.
Yeah, those are cool.
Those are kind of cool. I would rent one. I would not. Let's go camper shopping. Yeah. I am always down to go campers. I still, every once in a while on Facebook Marketplace, I'll just see kind of like what campers are for sale in the area, because I just can't help myself. Some of them are interesting, but yeah. Casitas are very unique, waterproof. Be cool to have one. They are really cool to have one. I can't remember the last time. I've never stepped in a casita.
I have not either.
But I would definitely recommend them in the sense of like how they're built. For sure.
Yeah, they're made just like the Northern Light and Bigfoot truck campers.
says he likes the Nobo campers. He says they are cool. Which ones are? Oh, I think I know.
I have to look it up to see again, but
yeah. I don't know. Would you ever do a teardrop? I put him on the spot.
that would definitely be even more. That has to be more for just a weekend thing.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I'm not saying live out of it.
No, I understand, but yeah, it would be even more different than this. But yeah, I would.
Do like do a trip somewhere
Yeah.
with the teardrop.
Yeah, I need to buy some property first.
Yeah, we need a big storage facility.
Yeah,
that's gonna be tight. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've definitely we've seen some people with teardrops like at RV parks and stuff every once in a while, and their outdoor setup is always so much bigger than the teardrop, which makes sense. Would y'all ever do a cargo? Oh, okay, I would definitely do this. We have talked about this one. I totally forgot about it. Thank you, Jeremy.
Bryce has definitely talked more about it than I have, but I haven't seen really them built out in person or online. I haven't really looked into them that much.
I did see the cargo trailers. I did see one on YouTube. I don't even remember what channel it was on. If I find it, I'll post it on Facebook. They did a really good job and were very savvy, or however you say it, with how they set it up and very methodical. And I was like, that is like really smart. I would do a cargo trailer for sure.
Okay.
And just do so I guess we're doing a cargo trailer next. But anyway, check out I Ride Tiny House Adventures. Okay. I'm always down for, I like, oh gosh, his name is Bryce. Big House, Tiny Living.
I think that's what it is.
I think that's what it is. I watched his channel starting like, I think when we first got married, and was fascinated with the tiny houses and all that stuff. Never thinking that we would be where we are right now. But I really like his channel. So if you like tiny houses, he does other type of smaller living situations too.
Mm-hmm.
But that one is really good. But I will have to look into that one. The rigs too. Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of y'all are saying that.
I don't know any other lessons or anything we've experienced or anything. Biggest lessons we've learned in the last 5 years. Definitely pushed out of our comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what else.
I think that was pretty much it.
Yeah.
It's like we've learned a lot. I feel like we've been doing this for a lot longer than 5 years, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not in a bad way, but content. It's good to see young couples working hard and enjoying your time together. Thank you. I really, really appreciate that, because that's kind of one of the top 2 reasons, I guess, we started doing more content or starting content and stuff, is to show people that it is possible to travel with your husband or spouse or whoever is working, and then being able to take time off in the summer and to go travel and do things. Because like your last job, I think a lot of people were kind of like, your wife's with you and stuff, and like you travel, and it always shocks, because even though there'll be times where you'll be on a different job and you'll see maybe 1 or 2 of the same people, usually they're all going to be different each time for the most part. And so they're always just fascinated that we're doing this. So we try to show people that it is possible to do this, because a lot of people do not travel together at all. But so thank you. With your 1 ton, you could haul a full-on car hauler built out.
Yep, good.
I don't know if I want to take on
be a big undertaking.
That would be, I feel like I need to start with a cargo trailer first.
Yeah.
How is
school going?
RV Tech school going?
It is on pause right now, but I'm thinking about starting that back up tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of start reviewing some more things and continuing on with that, because I'm really ready to get that going more seriously.
Mm-hmm.
To kind of knock it out.
Yeah. If like this is your first video ever watching, Chase is doing RV.
Yep. Through the Indiana school, or it's based out of Indiana. I'm doing it online. So I might do the level 2. I'm doing level 1 online. I might do the level 2 in person, but maybe not. Probably not. We'll see, depending on what scheduling looks like.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Only the shadow knows. I was going to say that you guys seem really seasoned much more than 5 years. Oh, thank you, Jeremy. Definitely seems a lot longer, which is crazy. What's also crazy is that we have been traveling full time. So we've been married for 9 years yesterday, and we've been traveling for 5. So over half of our marriage has been on the road, which is kind of cool and crazy at the same time. It would be tough for us in a truck camper. When do you think you would go back to the fifth wheel?
Probably end of May. End of May, beginning of June, we're going to be picking it up. So
I think
maybe sooner, but right now it's kind of what we have on the books.
Yeah. The goal is to have the fifth wheel for when we go to Creed.
Yes.
Whether we like it or not, we have to go back to the fifth wheel anyway before Creed, because all of our fly fishing stuff is in the fifth wheel. So whether we like it or not,
yeah, we have to go back.
I thought about that today, and I was like,
yeah,
because my friend said, "Oh, do you have your fly fishing stuff with you?" Because they know how much we like to fly fish. Nope, it's in the fifth wheel, because I was limited. If you were following along on the truck camper saga of getting one and all that stuff, I was limited to just the cab of the truck and pretty much a little bit of the passenger side of what we could bring with us. And so that kind of limited us to what we could bring. And the fishing gear was not the top priority, which is shocking. But yeah.
We're excited to get it back.
We like the truck camper. The fifth wheel definitely, at least for me, feels more like home.
Yes.
I don't know if it's just because it's been our home for a long time. Yeah. We busted our butts to purchase that.
It's roomy. It's spacious. I love my awning. I like the big windows and yeah.
Do you have space to store your fly fishing equipment in the camper? In the truck camper,
we can make it work. Yeah.
Now we can make it work.
Definitely. Now, yes.
Yeah. Now we can make it work. I think for sure, whenever we go to Alaska, we'll definitely take our waders and all that stuff with us. Yeah. Are you still enjoying the tankless water heater?
Oh, yes.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Of course. This thing it's awesome.
Game changer.
Yeah, so far I really enjoy this Fugatti branded water heater.
Yeah, it is.
We're only a month in with it. So it's definitely got a good rating for me so far.
Oh yeah. It definitely makes it to where, like, if Chase takes a shower and then I take a shower, we could do dishes right afterwards. I don't have to wait.
Nope.
That has been, because when we had how big was the tanked one in the fifth wheel?
I think it was a 10 or 12 gallon. I think so. But the tank one, I felt like the tank one, it definitely uses a lot more propane. But this one just
barely.
Yeah.
We really have not used that much propane this past month.
No.
At all. Granted, we have been at RV parks with full hookups, so we've been using more electric, like the fridge has been on electric. So that helps and stuff. But man, the tankless,
it's so awesome.
Whenever we switched the fifth wheel to the tankless, I was like,
that was so great.
I just stayed in the shower and I'm just like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
It's definitely a game changer. So do you guys follow any other RV channels? What do you guys do? Untethered, Our Next Adventure, Grateful Glampers? Ever since, if I'm being quite honest, ever since making YouTube videos, I do and I don't watch a lot of RVers just because I am on this side of it. And because we are not your typical RVers, in the sense of we're not doing, because I've had some people ask this, I'm not doing YouTube or social media or anything like that to get Chase off of the road, because we've had some people ask about that, and that was
Mhm.
never the plan behind it and stuff. And I don't push a lot on YouTube, if that makes sense, in the sense of I will only go so far when it comes to being clickbaity. We're being very transparent right now. And so for me, just because of we have been doing this for 5 years, I'm not saying I get judgmental, but that was another reason why we started doing this, is to show more of a very realistic side of RV life. And so I do watch some. I'll go in spurts of watching some. I'll pick back up and all that stuff. So I don't want to drop names of who I do and don't watch, just out of respect. But I do have a few guilty pleasures of people that I will watch on YouTube. I will watch eBay resellers just because I feel like it is something completely different, and the style and how people are and how more personable it feels. And then I'll watch like golf YouTube videos, or all recipes.
Yeah.
I really like her stuff, if that makes sense. I know that's kind of vague-ish anyway. But anyway, you watch some RVers.
I'll watch.
He'll watch
I'll
more
watch
than
a lot
me.
of the RV. Because I just love. I mean, not that you don't. You
No,
do,
no.
but I like seeing all the different other channels as well.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I learn some things from them, and sometimes and there's some channels that I like to watch just out of just entertainment. Like a lot of some of the RV channels that I like to watch, they're just entertainment to me.
Mhm.
I just
Yeah.
kind of just watch something fun and kind of get a good
Yeah.
little laugh where I can relate. And but yeah.
I also think too, there are a lot of people, when they start doing YouTube and stuff, they have this expectation that they're going to be big right off the bat, because other people make it seem like it's very easy to make a ton of money on YouTube, and that is not the case. And so I guess I kind of had that expectation a little bit coming in, just because that was the expectation. That's all I saw, was like, you post some videos, you're going to have all this. So it took me a while to realize, like, this is just who we are, and I am totally content, because I do not want to change who we are as people. I do not want to change how we do content or make content or anything like that. So that, for me, to not get, I wouldn't say cynical, but like upset or just frustrating, to where like, how come that's not happening to me or anything like that. And I'm not trying to do a pity party by no means, but like, this is just how I felt, is kind of, that's why I don't really watch a lot of, I feel like I get more inspiration watching other non-RVers, just because of how the style and the editing and all that stuff, if that makes sense. So yeah, I would never thought golf. I like watching Bryson DeChambeau on YouTube. He's pretty funny. Yeah. And what's crazy is we were watching him last night, and he's our age, which is crazy. But hey, good for him. But I like watching his like break 50 and different types of golf challenges he does. Even though I don't play golf, I probably I play at Top Golf once a long time ago. But I do enjoy watching golf. You play?
I used to play. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go to Top Golf whenever I'm flying out for work, just to kind of hit some golf balls and hang out.
Speaking of age, how old are y'all? We are both 32.
We are.
After I said that, I had to think about that for a second.
Born in the late 1900s.
I like watching those reels. Always crack me up when they'll go around to their office and they'll say, so-and-so, what year are you born? They're like, 2007. My brain takes a while to like compute how young they are. And whenever they do like the 19 and then it like shoots back to some
Yeah.
like prehistoric, I always get a kick out of those. But yeah, Chase's birthday is in September. Mine's in December. So Chase is a few months. I was gonna say years, a few months older than me.
Mhm.
But thanks for being true to yourself. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Someone say I would tear up. Oh, come back. I would tear up a golf course if I tried to golf.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be me. I would like to learn how to play golf.
Mhm.
I think if I got lessons, I would do well. But anyway,
It's a fun sport.
when did that happen? 32. Yeah. My mom just said, "What? When did that happen? 32?" Yeah. I always tell my family whenever, like my grandma, my sweet grandma yesterday, she was like, "Happy anniversary. I can't believe you're been married for 9 years, blah blah blah." And then she said, "That's so long." I said, "Yeah, grandma, you're getting old." And she just started laughing. So I always tell people whenever they say something like that, I'm like, "Yes, you're getting old. Not you are." Gotta play some golf.
Yes, definitely.
Do both of y'all play golf, Greeners? How long will we be in East Texas? Depends on what tomorrow looks
Yeah,
like.
depending on what tomorrow.
I'll send you a
Yeah.
text. Sorry I'm late. Busy and very hot day here in Yuma. I saw Michelle's story of what the weather was going to be like this week in Yuma.
Mhm.
Jeez.
Putting that new AC to work. They are.
Ugh. Yeah, because they have the Turbo
Yep.
one in there. Ugh. Yeah. I'm very thankful that we haven't run the AC a whole lot, but I am glad that we tried it because now it can be more on a back burner-ish to replace it.
Yeah.
We have not even ran it on the, so it goes low cool, and then what's the other one?
Warmer.
No.
Or
So like after low cool, what's the next one? Sorry, we're
high
looking at it.
cool.
High cool.
It's got a high cool. I done a little bit.
You done
It's
high
got
cool?
low- yeah, when we first got it, just to try it, and then it's got fan only.
Well, low cool freezes me out.
Yeah.
That is cold. So
It does have a warmer, like a hot setting, but I don't know. I don't think it has a heat pump. I mean, there's surely not in 1999. I don't know. We'll just leave it on cool.
We just-
but
we just
it
run
would
the
probably be
AC.
like, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, we'll let it be.
we'll just run it as an AC. 100 plus for the next 6 days or more.
I need to start moving over to Colorado
Yeah. Jeez.
towards higher elevation.
No, thank you. We're supposed to get over a foot of snow by Sunday night.
Oh, wow.
I do want to take the truck camper into snow though.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not saying I want to like test the limits, but I do want to just see what happens.
Yeah.
So who knows when that will happen, but I definitely want to test some snow in this. We've had snow on the fifth wheel. If y'all have been here for over a year, beginning of last year, we were outside of Lake Charles and it snowed like 8 inches, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
That
It snowed a good bit.
It was the ground was maybe a foot
Maybe a
or something.
foot?
I don't know. I mean, not that much, but I mean,
Yeah.
it was.
For those that don't know where
Good.
Lake Charles is, it's pretty much like by the Gulf. So it was funny that we got that much snow.
Yeah.
But Kenai at first he was kind of like, I'm not quite too sure, but he just looked over at
He
me.
loves the snow.
He loved it.
Jump in it, play in it, roll around
Yeah.
in it, everything. Yeah, it's
And what was nice was the RV, but there was only like 5 people there, not even, and there was no one near us, and so Kenai running all over the place. It was funny. It probably has actual heat strips in it, just because of the quality of the camper.
maybe.
Maybe to look into that. I wonder if that would be in like our Don't we have the AC
I
manual?
think we should have the AC owner's manual. I'll have to look at that later. Try it out.
No, I'm curious. Because when we bought the truck camper, the previous owner gave us all the manuals for everything. So we have, which is very nice. If I guess tips for buying a used camper coming from people who have bought two now. Being patient is very hard, but it is worth it. I would say being patient is easy, but it's not. So, and definitely look around a lot. Look around Facebook Marketplace, a whole bunch of different Facebook groups, RV Trader, RV dealerships. Ask around about, because when we were looking at truck campers at dealerships, everyone's taxes, titles, because of a truck camper being different, was different. So it's always good to don't just call one person and think that is like how it is. Like that was not the case. So, asking around and stuff. What we've learned is that even though we are full-timers, personally, I don't think I would buy a camper from someone who's lived in it full time. And that's coming from someone who's lived in them for 5 years.
Yeah.
Because that means everything has been used a lot. And that means probably quite a bit of things have been replaced or should be replaced.
Yeah.
And you just don't know.
Yeah. You might have to replace those sooner than you were expecting to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you don't know if they resealed it very often. So if there's like soft spots, like when we were looking at this truck camper, I think the owner and his wife were kind of shocked, of how detailed we were going through. I mean, because we were ripping this thing apart, checking all the nooks and crannies. We were with the flashlight, checking everything, feeling everything, because the last thing you want.
See what we were getting into.
Mm-hmm.
If we need to walk away, we walk away.
Yeah.
I don't care what price it is, if it's cheap or.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely buying from the original owners definitely have its perks if you can do that. And how they store it is definitely a bonus as well. Because when we bought the fifth wheel, the previous owners kept it in a very nice storage facility. It wasn't completely enclosed, but it was really nice, covered. And it even had like a back where his was. Mm-hmm. And very nice facility. When we walked in, it looked like it came out of the magazine type thing. And with this one, the truck camper, the owner kept it in his barn. When I went to go look at a different truck camper, when I got there, that guy's barn was a hot mess.
Yeah, I mean,
it was.
From what she told me, I wasn't there, but yeah,
that is true. It was a lot, and not to be. You kind of have to be judgmental a little bit because it's your money that you're paying for it, and you want to be good stewards of what you have, and so it's kind of, So just some tidbits on if you're buying a used camper, and things are going to break no matter what. So always have some set aside. Because I told someone, I said, when you buy it, make sure you have some money set aside because things will break.
Oh yeah.
And sure enough. So it's just part of it. Anyway, a few more minutes. So if you have any last minute questions, because I don't want to keep everyone here too long, but like around 1500 watts, probably not much more. I will definitely look into that. Just a reminder. Oh, not a reminder, but no video tomorrow. So this is your video due to just work and figuring some stuff out this week. Mentally, it was just a lot, and no video tomorrow.
The B&W turnover ball was going to be the video, but I decided to knock it out last night.
Yeah.
And I didn't want cameras in my face. So, yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I wasn't going to say that, but you said it. So that's what was going to happen, but that's okay. Oh, yeah. I think next week's video or sometime soon, or maybe I'll do a short, we're going to show y'all how we did Starlink because
we got it off of somebody.
Yeah.
And it's worked out really well for us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So very, very thankful for that. Thank you. Be safe on the road. Enjoyed seeing you, Bo. Thank you all so much. Will you build a deck off the back of the camper? Oh, I don't think we've talked about this yet. At least to y'all. We've talked about it.
Mm.
I don't think we're going to build anything.
Yeah, we're going to definitely install something. And I think it's going to help out a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Not a platform to like sit there and put a lawn chair or anything like that, but something a little bit more accessible.
Sorry if this is shaking. Kenai is digging a hole in our bed.
Yeah. Something else.
So I just realized that like y'all are shaking. Sorry. Anyway. But yeah, so no video tomorrow. Make sure, I know I've said this quite a bit, but make sure you sign up for our newsletter. It is free. You just get updates. Like last week's newsletter, me, because I do it. Sorry, Kenai, it's just like, I shared a pizza place that we really enjoyed this past summer, and also how to get free parking in Telluride and all that stuff, like the free gondola ride and how to work it and all that stuff. So sign up for our newsletter. You'll get things like that. You'll get updates. Like tomorrow we'll share like where we're going to and all that stuff. Because by the time I write and send the newsletter, we should know where we're going tomorrow or have an idea. So yeah, anyway. So you guys have been working on some other things. Sorry I wasn't talking. Hey, we're just glad you're here. I'm always very blessed when more than 5 people show up, because being real, I thought that's how it was going to be for a while with the lives, but y'all are just awesome. So glad I was able to make the live. Bring Kenai on before you leave, please. I mean, you're so cute. Tell everyone, say thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming.
Say see you later. Anyway, thank you all so much for coming to our lives. I'm going to try to do the lives to where they're like the first or second week of the month. I know I said first week and then at the beginning, and then like the second week is kind of how it happened, but you know, life. So make sure you do that. sparksandrecrv.com. I will, after, I'll see if I can do that right now. sparksandrecrv.com. There we go. Sorry, I'm having to look at his screen's a little farther away.
That's right.
Sparks and Rec, yeah. I am not saying that because he would flip out right now if I said that to him. Shame on you, Mom. Sign up for the newsletter. It's free. You get updates. Like you'd have gotten an email today saying don't forget about the lives and stuff. I know I've kind of harped on it a little bit, but newsletter is great just because if something were to happen, theoretically, to Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube, like if it went away or something happened, we could still contact y'all via the newsletter, because that's ours in a way. I know it sounds very possessive, but like that's the best way to make sure that like if something happened, like y'all would still be able to, we'd still be able to communicate with y'all. So that's kind of the main reason, and then updates and stuff. So anyway, sparksandrecrv.com, scroll down to the bottom, just enter your email and all that stuff. So anyway, thank you all for coming, and we will see y'all next week.
See you next week.
Bye all.